Stories 2 is a near-perfect game, but near isn't perfect. Is there enough Rathaloses? No. Is there enough fire monsties? No. Introducing Silver Rathalos, to fix all our problems. Brought to you by...
Oh yes, my fellow riders, fear not, for another firepower Rathalos Monstie is upon us! I was worried for a second. I really thought that we didn't have enough, but now we do! Welcome to the final part of the supposedly final update, where we get the sun and the moon, silver and gold, and today Silver Rathalos is up! You want to be heading over to your quest board, where you have got a smattering of new quests. On the single player side of things, you have a quest to go kill them both, and indeed you have a delivery for another free super rare ticket, so make sure you cash in on that. To the online then, there's a turn challenge with both silver and gold. There is a singular slay of both silver and gold, but what we care about and what is fantastic to have is the final new explore den in rare and subspecies. This is really cool. So obviously head into there, bring a good old ally with you, and the rarer ticket you use, the more likely you are to get the rarer monsters that we're after. Silver and gold can both be found here, along with, well, every single rare and subspecies, and elder dragons too. In fact, elder dragons can be at the end of the den, as can the rare species, silver, gold, molten. Basically, yeah, it's quite the melting pot of monsties, but the first 3 nests can all give you silver and gold. And then this is what you're looking for Mr. Silver Rathalos. How he is as a fight is, yeah, he is fairly appreciably powerful. Of course, nowhere near the same level as the hard mode Fatalis from last week, but he is a stern challenge, and, you know, it is fitting of one of the final monsties that we will get to fight. Just don't make the mistake I did of not realizing that he is technical while in the air and angry. Starts out power, he goes speed in the air while calm, and while angry on the ground, he is still power, so yes, watch out. In any case, we're here to steal his babies, and that is exactly what we will do. And yeah, baby Silver is looking suitably adorable, and he comes with 3 whole genes for us to delight in, and really, they are quite delightful. We will start then with Flare Burst, which is a huge big boom to everyone, low chance for a burn. It's just a heavily expensive, big spectacle attack that does big damage, and isn't the most actually practical to use in most situations. Certainly not in PvP, certainly not in one-on-one hard Monstie PvE fights. It's just a, you know, big boom, and while they are cool, you can't really be relying on them, so there's also other similar attacks, like this big high-cost AoE and fire as well, so this doesn't really bring too much to the table. His other genes, however, are just firstly, King's Judgment. This is heavy fire damage to a single enemy and a low chance for a burn. Basically, this is the single target version of the AoE we just talked about, and this is fantastic because it is potent. It is not that expensive, down to 16 with kin cost down, making it essentially spammable, and it really does hit hard. It is an exceptionally very favorable move to use for any power fire monstie that you might want to put it on. Well, any fire monstie in general, really, and it is a physical attack, which is really useful crit-wise, so that is good to see too. This is a really solid fire attack. Then we move to the star of the show. It's finally here. It took the last part of the last update after many months, but we've got it back once more. The classic, ridiculous gene that is Solar Cry. Plus kinship when you use it. Once you get this to level 3, essentially, it acts the same as a pet with Soul Kinship XL on your rider, which understandably is incredibly effective. Your Monstie just being able to choose to, you know what, I'm going to generate some kinship now, is really potent, especially in PvP, but also in PvE too, when you're talking about certain builds, I don't know, like, Aptonoff kinship spam?
We attack! We attack! We slip and slap! We pet! We attack! We slip and slap! We slip and slam! We banana peel!
So yeah, everyone is going to get this, everyone needs this is brilliant. Essentially with this, both your rider and your Monstie can pet in the same turn, and that is, well, almost over half your kinship filled. That is wonderful, because yes, this is obviously increased further by having Soul Kinship on the Monstie that uses it, and it is just glorious. There are certain ways to generate more kinship in a turn, winning a head-to-head, or some critical kinship shenanigans, but generally speaking, this is a wonderful filler move for any strategies or builds that revolve around needing kinship to keep doing a certain thing that you have planned for. It just is brilliant. Honestly, one of the most powerful genes in stories, just full stop. Then, Silver Rathalos as a Monstie, as you might expect, is just, yeah, really, really powerful. He is up there in the upper echelons, the upper tiers of fire Monsties, so if you're all about Silver Rathalos, well, give him a go. Teostra still remains the king, fitting for an emperor, but again, when it comes to the really tippity top, the Dread King, the Silver, the Molten Tigrex, the Teostra, just use the one that you think is the coolest. There is percents between them when it comes to their stats. The one thing I will say at the very least is that Silver Rathalosi is a little bit more on the crit oriented side, and he's got a fairly decent amount of health, so that's something you can take into your calculations. So there you have it already. Yeah, so I love being able to speak. There you have it, everybody. That is your Silver Rathalos, and, well, go forth and claim his gleaming self. You really, really want those genes. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below. And until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.